So the first place let's go is let's have everybody log in through Adilas demo. And if you're not logged in, here's how you do it. You just get to Adilas.biz and you go all lowercase, A-D-I-L-A-S. All data is live and searchable, D-E-M-O. Hit your tab key, 1, 2, 3, 4, and log in. The first place let's go is let's actually go to our restaurant. So it was a Big Train restaurant. And we already started adding a bunch of elements of times and customer stuff here, but I think it would be great to kind of keep following up on those similar logic, if you will, to kind of see what else can we do inside of these areas. Okay? So before we go super far, let's jump to the map. And I'm going to grab my little marker out here just so you can kind of see where we're at. This is our goal right here, okay? We're dealing with customers. So yesterday, we talked about invoices and quotes and maybe some elements of time, okay, that are potentially connected to customers. Also, shopping carts, that ends up being the interface between some of these different pieces, okay? Now, if you'll look at what we did on our map, we purposely laid it out like this. If customers is on this side, okay, this is your customers coming in, this is your products coming in, okay? And eventually, things kind of meet here in the middle, and it's able to come back out, okay? It's on purpose that vendors is on this side and customers are on this side. We also dealt lightly with web presence and e-commerce. These are all kind of related to the customer. You can see how they're all in this little corner. These are also related to the customers, and we haven't done anything with this. Customer logs, statements, okay? And even some photos and scans, okay? We put that up there because it's related to all sorts of different things, but those are some potential things that you can do. Customers also can be related to FlexGrid, okay? And we will be talking about that. So I just wanted to kind of show you how customers get connected to a ton of different little pieces of the puzzle. Sometimes you can even pay customers if you have to. Like, say for instance, a refund, okay? You might even have to pay a customer, which would then eventually hit it this way versus an invoice to a deposit to a bank. But customers are very, very important, very important. Okay, we're going to come in here. Let's actually see who we have for our customers right now. In the quick search, if you guys are in the classic homepage, go ahead and type in all and customer and go. Let's see who we have. Not very many, okay? These are the ones we added yesterday. We added about 3 of them. Sally and Joan and Stephanie, okay? What we could do is if we wanted to look up what any of these people have, this is part of the story, okay? If we're talking relationships and what they're connected to, watch this. Let's go to Stephanie Smith, and we're going to hit on log. The log basically takes you to the detail page, okay? Now the word customer is a corp-wide setting, so we can switch that. And later today we're actually going to be doing student logs. What we did is we took the word customer, we flip-flop it to student, and we're going to end up doing teacher-student relationships instead of salesperson-customer relationships, okay? They're just, we call that smoke and mirrors. Tanya, if you're visible, here's one for you, okay? Smoke and mirrors, and the reason we call this, okay, is because a magician often will use smoke and mirrors. It kind of distracts from what it really is, but it's kind of just a way of what we call smoke and mirrors. It's a magician's trick, okay? So we call corp-wide settings, a lot of them are smoke and mirrors. So we're currently dealing with customer instead of student or patient or associate or etc., okay? So check this out. If I'm on her detail page, I have tons of links here at the top. And you can edit photos. You can edit their information. You can look at the history that we're recording behind the scenes. You can jump back to some other pieces, including to the advanced search. What is this person's payment history? Let's go ahead and click on it for a minute. Click. Oh, looks like she paid one thing, $300 on a MasterCard, and it happened to be to invoice 24. Relationship. We've got a relationship going right here, okay? A payment to an invoice. I'm just going to hit back. The next one. You can go to some other little home pages, quote home pages, invoice home page, receivables. You can start a new item for this particular customer, okay? So right here, you can see that there's no cart assigned right here. This little link immediately will take her information and put it right into I'm now in view cart. It already knows I'm with Stephanie Smith. I have 0 line items, but it already knew to start it and to plug it right into her, okay? It's an automatic type deal. I'm just going to go ahead and go back again. Here's some other ones. Apply payments. So right here, check this out. She owes me $740. This apply payment link right here, if I click on it, it actually takes me to a nice little thing where you could apply multiple things to multiple invoices. Like right now, she only has 1 invoice, so you could definitely go right to that invoice and just apply the payment. But if she had multiple ones, you could actually spread payments across multiple invoices that are owed. Because we're on this right now, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Are you okay with that? Okay, so watch this. I'm going to go right back to my cart. It's already started for Stephanie. And yesterday, we actually did some recipe stuff. Let's see here if I actually have recipe build and wedding. Build prep. So let's say that she wants another one, but this one's going to be for her sister instead of for her. Okay? I'm just going to basically I'm just creating an invoice. So immediately we're going to do the wedding chapel for $950. We're going to come down and we're going to say, you know what, she wants 65 chairs and she wants only 1 of the little tables. These little buttons also will allow you to do stuff too. If you wanted to increment things, you can actually increment it using the buttons if you would rather. The reason that these buttons are here is some people are actually using like a touchscreen interface. Like, say for instance, if you're at a restaurant and it's a build your own sandwich, you start out with your choices of breads or meats or cheeses and it's like, oh, you want one of those? 2 pickles? To this? Like, they're actually using 100% touchscreen, but it exists and we're going to kind of go here. So I'm just going to kind of plop down through here, and let's say that they also wanted just a little bit of table service, 4 hours of table service, because we're going to have 2 people times 2 hours or whatever, okay? Do the build. So she's currently at $1,000, $1,010. Here's all the little items we just added right off of our recipe, and I'm going to go ahead and say checkout. And let's say that she also gave me a small little token deposit on this one as well. $200 cash, create the invoice. Currently, our format is set to the 3-inch format. If we wanted to, I could print her off a receipt. We did this yesterday, but it's literally this easy. You go print, click on the little print thing. I have a ton of different printers that are attached to my computer here for demoing, but ideally, if you're in the spot where you're printing it, it's boom. You just kick out your little teeny printer. It says right here that she still owes $810 off the little invoice. So what I was going to try to do is we were actually on her log. I wanted to have another invoice to kind of show you how we could apply payments, okay? So watch this. I'm going to jump back to Stephanie Smith's log. I'm on the printable invoice. I click on more options. I come down to the customer log. Either one of these works great, depending on what you're trying to click on. So right here, she currently owes me $1,550 now. If I click on apply payments, here's what's kind of cool. It pulls in what she's paid and what she owes on any of those other invoices. So how much would we like to pay on this? Shannon, can you give me a number? She currently owes $1,500.
Did you want her to pay it all, or do you want to pay part?
No, just give me a number. I'll just show you how it rolls. I just wanted to show you that if you have multiples,
let's say $1,000.
$1,000. Okay, great. So what's going to happen is we put 1,000 right here, and then we click this little box, and what you'll notice is it'll divide it out for you. So you click it, so it check, said, oh, it's going to be a full, this one's going to be a partial. So it took $1,000 and divided it from the oldest to the newest. Okay, so basically we're trying to satisfy those old ones first. Okay, so then I come down, and this was, say she set as a check, and then I would put the little check number in here. And if I wanted to, I could put a little note. Doesn't matter, but as soon as I do this, I hit apply payments. What it does in the background, once again, this is dealing with relationships and cause and effects. So this is a person coming in saying, I have $1,000. What we do is we use a tool where we say, cool, I know how to take that $1,000, and guess what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to spread it out. It's going to go here, 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 and here. Okay? I'm going to hit apply payments. Click. Boom. We just did that. No problem. If I wanted to, I could apply more payments. I could do whatever. Watch this. If I hit back just a couple times and go back to this customer log and hit refresh, the $1,500 that she owed is now only $550. Okay? So that's already been disseminated out. Also, the cause and effect relationships here, we barely just checked your payment history. There was one item. Guess what it's going to show now? It's actually going to show 3 because it split one of them. Okay? So click on this, and we've got some other, 4 because we did another deposit as well. Okay? Here's her cash deposit. And here's the one that actually got split right here, the 222 and the 222 check number. But that was 27 and 24. Behind the scenes, we're trying to create all these little relationships for you so that you know what's going on as far as part of your story. Hit back. Okay, so basically we covered the applied payments page. Pretty simple. Current receivables, it's the same as clicking on this link right here. This owes $550. If you click right here, it's the exact same thing. It basically just shows you a smaller version, if you will, of the information. Once again, there's tons of links at the top. It's kind of an Adilas standard. All invoice items. If I wanted to, I can actually say, Stephanie Smith, what did you buy from me? We'll click on that. Click. Currently 14 items. Here's all the different little things that she's done with quantities, with costs, with prices, with taxes, with invoice numbers that it's attached to. If you wanted to, you could even switch it to grouped if that is an easier way to read it, okay? But basically, these are all the items that are attached to Stephanie that she's actually done. So that's a relationship that's pretty interesting. Watch this, okay? We're basically saying this, okay? We're saying, I'm on a customer, but I actually want to see clear to what items she's done, okay? Here's how we do it. It has to go through the invoice piece because that's where that information is actually held, okay? But that's multiple relationships across multiple things to see all the different little items that are created for that particular person. Okay, awesome. We'll just go back to the log. All invoices year to date, all invoices last year, all statements, all quotes, add new elements of time, etc., etc. Like, these are links and options that I can do right off of this particular customer. These are things that we think that you may want to do. So kind of going into that level. So Shannon, do you know anything about statements?
Not that much. I know that it's essentially a bill for your customer.
Okay.
Basically, It basically states what they owe you or
Okay.
payments they have.
So we have customers right here, okay? Statements is a small little button right here, okay? What it is the reason it's located right here is your customers buy things, okay? And they may owe you something as well, which is kind of called your accounts receivable. So this whole little quadrant right here, eventually what we do, instead of saying, here's 20 invoices, 1, 2, 3, you are giving those individually as they came through. But if you wanted to say, you owe me for 20 invoices, you create a statement, which is basically, I've got a digital camera right here. Imagine if you had all 20 invoices laid out and you go like this. That's what a statement is. And then you wrap it up in one little photo, and you're like, see, you owe me for 20 different little things. Here you go. Okay? Like, it literally, a statement, as soon as you make it, it's dead. It's just a vehicle to kind of get your money back. Okay? Basically, eventually, when you finally get the money, it still needs to come back here to the invoices to satisfy them. You don't want to satisfy the statement. The statement is just a way to get that money coming back in. Okay? Then once it comes in, you would say apply payment, and say they sent in $1,000, just like we did the apply payment. It'll satisfy those sub invoices, so it'll roll it out of accounts receivable. Okay? So we're going to actually create a quick little statement for Stephanie. We're going to check her out. Currently, she owes us $550. See, time has gone on. We're like, I need to collect on that. I need to let her know that I need that information. We could click on this little link, all statements year to date, and we'll kind of say, oh, currently I don't have any for her. There's show height criteria if you wanted to, expand your date ranges or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and say create a new statement. And let's just go ahead and do it from 6/1 to 8/30. Grab the end of this month. Build the statement. So basically, I'm in the add edit statement mode right now. It already knows that I was talking to Stephanie. Yes, Cheryl.
Okay, so you did the statement range, but like if you had sent her a statement but she still had something outstanding,
No problem, no
would
problem.
you have to put the date back to where you first?
No, what happens is there's a field and it goes right here previous amount owed. So if you skip something and you were just giving her a statement from 1 month to 1 month, and she actually had one that was 2 months ago, what it would do is, oh, just so you know, you also had $500 from this previous amount. It does suck that in. Great question, love it. Okay, so basically we're in the add mode of this statement. It hasn't really been created yet, but literally this is a snapshot in time. It kind of says that a couple times in the help file, but like it's not really a live document. You're creating it so you can send it to them, and then they're going to pay whatever they want to pay, and then you're going to disseminate it back to the individual pieces that need to be solved. Okay, so we're right here, we basically put a little date. We're going to put a due date. Say we wanted this back by 9/15 of this same year. And please remit payment to, or whatever. This is notes if you want to. You can add some little notes. It's optional. It comes down and it has two little things. I'm actually going to show both of them because this one actually shows, hey, I actually had multiple payments on this one. It was paid, and this one is still pending. I'm going to show her all of her activity. If I don't want to show something, it's as easy as going like this. Click. And it basically adjusts some of the numbers for you, okay? That's all it does, depending on what you want to show it to them. When you're all ready, you come down and you say add the statement. So at this point, Stephanie Smith now has a statement. You can tell that this is a play site. We haven't really done hardly any of them. This is number 1, okay? And so basically it rolls it in together. You can send it to them, and then they can remit this little piece back to you so that you know exactly who it is. Okay? You can also save it as a PDF file if you wanted to. You could literally email this statement. Go right here, save as a PDF, let it build. You have to kind of wait until it's all done. Anytime things are doing PDF, it might take a second because it actually has to convert it from web into PDF, okay? So now this is technically a PDF statement. Looks nice, looks pretty, and you literally can come down here, depending on your browser, and click the save icon. It's ready to pull it as a PDF. I'm just going to put it into a little spot right here. You would probably call this Stephanie. Whatever you wanted to call it, and hit save. It's now literally ready to actually go and email, print, save it for a hard copy, whatever you want it to do, it's totally ready. You'll notice that the logo does not work when you're in PDF mode. We actually disable all of the links, okay? Because normally this logo is your link back to your home page. But if you're in PDF mode, all links have been disabled, okay? So you just hit your back button. And now you're back into real live. Okay, cool, I can interact with stuff. More hot links.